Hello everyone, my name is Cynthia. If you're new here, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. So today we're going to be talking about cloth wipes. This is something that I did pretty early on after my baby was born because she did start to get some diaper rashes with regular disposable wipes. I cloth diaper and use cloth wipes about 90% of the time. So today I wanted to talk about a really easy and affordable way to spend pretty much only $2 on wipes for the entirety of your baby's whole diaper journey. So if you birthed at a hospital, you most than likely you got a receiving blanket for your baby. I got two of these, but I ended up actually thrifting my blanket that I ended up using for cloth wipes, and I thrifted it for about $2. So I cut up that blanket that ended up giving me about 5 by 6 inches pieces of little piece of cloth, something like this. And I find that 5 by 6 is pretty much a really good size, the perfect size in my opinion for a cloth wipe. So you can either use the receiving blanket that you get at the hospital, or you can go try to thrift one. The reason I recommend this one is, one, because you can essentially spend nothing if you just use this one on wipes in general, because all you're going to need is this and water basically to clean your baby. But also because this material, I find it to be the best material in my opinion from what I've used. So I also tried thrifting a little baby towel, and I just find that the backside of it is too rough on her bum. I like to have these near me when I change her anyways, just to kind of like wipe her down, make sure she's fully dry, but I don't actually use these to clean her. I much more prefer these made out of the receiving blanket. And then I also bought some on Amazon, but I only got about 12 for, I want to say they were like $10. I don't remember the price exactly, but it's much more cost effective to just spend nothing. Spend nothing or go thrift a receiving blanket for about $2. So I cut up one blanket, like I said, and that gave me enough wipes to last me for about 2 to 3 days, maybe four, but you don't want to go longer than that without washing them anyways. So 2 to 3 days worth of wipes is plenty. And yeah, I just wash these with my cloth diapers. I can go into my wash routine if you'd like in a different video. I'm not going to go over that today just because it can be a bit complex. But if this is something you're considering and the whole laundry situation is kind of like what's keeping you from trying it, just go ahead and do it. I didn't have any type of routine at all. I just did two normal cycles to make sure it was nice and clean. So just start off, do a little bit of research, and just start off with that. It's really not that complicated. It's just if you want to avoid like laundry buildup on your cloth diapers and cloth wipes, you definitely want to have a good wash routine. But like I said, don't let that steer you away. It's really not as complex as it may seem. And if you exclusively breastfeed, you don't have to worry about rinsing off any poop or pee. It's all water soluble, so you can just throw it in the wash machine just like that, just straight from the dirty laundry basket, and it'll be fine. One little suggestion tip I have is, if you do end up thrifting a blanket, try not to get anything that has yellow. If you don't already have a baby, then you may not know that baby poop can actually be like a very, especially if they're breastfed. I don't know about formula fed babies, but my baby, her poop is like golden yellow almost. So it's very close to that little birdie there, and sometimes it's hard to tell if like the yellow is from the design or it's poop, especially when the cloth is wet. Just a little side note there, but yeah, try to avoid yellow. And then again, as far as the solution I just use water. I have this mason jar that I repurposed for her cloth wipes. So I basically just washed that really well. I sterilized it in boiling water, made sure it was 100% clean, and I just fill it up with water every night before bed. I change the water out every day. I just dip the little cloth wipe in there, I wet it, I wring it out really good, and then just wipe her. And then I'll put the dirty wipe in some sort of wet bag like this. And then once this is full, I have two of these that I put both the cloth wipes and cloth diapers in. And then once they're full, I throw them in the laundry. And again, that's about every 2 to 3 days. You can find other kind of solutions to wash your baby's bottom with. So I know a lot of people like to use soap and some sort of oil, and there's also solutions you can buy. I find water works well, and I do give her a bath every day. So I use Dr. Bronner's unscented soap in her bath to wash her bum, so I know she's clean. And then I just use coconut oil to prevent any rashes, and I find that that routine works well for me. As far as what you'll need, I keep my wipes in this container, and it's really nice to kind of have this. I put all my supplies in a little caddy, and I just bring it up and down the stairs with me wherever I need it. But you don't need a container. You can just use whatever sort of container you have. You can use a little bucket, whatever is convenient for you. I used to keep the clean wipes in this little pocket here and then put the dirty ones in here. I found that the dirty ones would kind of leak through this other pocket here, so it would get my clean wipes dirty or wet. But it's nice to have them in one place. So some sort of container to keep all your wipes, some sort of container for your water. I know a lot of people repurpose like their peri bottles that they get from the hospital after birth just to wet the wipes. You can get creative. Some people like to use spray bottles, and then some people like to, again, make their own solution and then put all their wipes in a jar pre-wet essentially. But I don't like to do that because it's just an extra step. And then of course somewhere to put your dirty wipes. And again, I just use this wet bag. This is great because if you plan to do this 100% of the time, even when you go out, you can take this with you. I do this at home. I don't do this when we go out. So just if you're intimidated by this, just try it. Even if you just do wipes when you're home during the day, not at night, not when you go out, that's going to save you some money. It really does. I've not spent a single dime on wet wipes. I am going to buy some for our travels. Yeah, it's actually really simple. You don't have to overcomplicate it. Again, if you don't want to spend any money on wipes, you don't really have to. You can just use the receiving blanket. Try to get two in case you want to keep one as memorabilia. If it's kind of like a sentimental item and you don't want to cut it up, try to get two. That way you can use one and keep the other one intact. But yeah, if you don't want to spend anything on wipes, just use your receiving blanket, get you a jar, make sure you sterilize it, clean it really well, and just fill it up with water, and you have endless wipes for your baby that you can use over and over again, and will cost you nothing. So if you're looking for a cost-effective way, that's definitely the way to go. It is constant laundry, but I don't find it to be that big of a deal. Okay, I hope this video was helpful. If you end up trying this or have already been doing this, leave it in the comments. Share your experience in the comments section. I'd love to hear how the experience went for you, or if you have any other tips that maybe I missed or something that works for you. Make sure to share those so we can all read through them. All right, guys, I hope you have a Merry Christmas. It's almost Christmas. We are about to leave on a trip in a few days, so lots of videos coming out next year. I'm super excited to share that with you. And yeah, I hope you have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Thanks for watching.